no.
Yeah, actually Portugal is one of the strongest countries to identify a strong need to have a convention. So is Germany, and I think the tide is changing, that there are more and more countries that really recognize the importance of the convention. So it's obviously this is something that you're very concerned with, and you want to put that into...
My background is more in the CRPD.
Wrong, Sylvia. It's the Latin American convention, isn't it? That they have a inter-regional conventions for older persons. They're the ones that are really a strong advocate for this. And I think the challenge is how do we mobilize the movement of older people and associations to understand the issues that's needed for the convention.
Yeah, and together with the movements representing people with disabilities, because they are common claims. We don't need to build one against the other.
And I think one of the key dimensions is we need to change the conversation about aging. It's not about just older persons, the conventions for older people, but it's actually all of us. You know, I'm aging myself, and so I think this is also something that I need to be aware, I need to work on it as well. And so I think this is a way that we can also bring the youth together to think, you know, what kind of role do we want to age in, and to create that, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah, I agree with you. And Yongjie, please, how do you evaluate the overall success of this event so far?
Well, if we're able to bring people together to reconnect and to make new connections, then I think that's a success. Because a lot of the work that we do, sometimes sadly we do it in isolations, but if we come together, having an encounter like this, it sparked a lot of discussion, and we had a lot of bilateral meetings with countries, informal discussions during coffee breaks and lunch breaks. These are success, and also to be able to bring all of the experts together to expose different people with different concepts that we don't think of and come together. And I think that's a success.
And congratulations on your work in organizing the event. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I recently came across a document that was released by WHO on participatory governance in health. On participatory governance in health.
Participatory, yes.
Yeah, and I think, we talk a lot about transforming society, and I think we need to start with people, not only individuals, but also collectively we rethink the role of civil society organized to serve as a meaningful counterpart to professionals, because the hierarchies and the power relations are so unequal. And I think that I was wondering if you know more about this document and what WHO has to do with that.
Actually, I'm not directly involved in this, but I work together with my colleague Gabriela Pastorino, and he's leading the work on civil engagement with private sectors and civil societies as well. And we recently had a meeting with member states who also recognize that they cannot do this by themselves. Even with the whole of government, we need the whole of government, all of societies. And so there's a lot of interest. And within our European office, some of our colleagues are actually developing a whole framework and methodologies of how we're actually going to invite and really capture the voices from the civil societies and incorporating them.